What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who support me and who support this platform. Sheep Stay Sleep TV is very much appreciated. Much love to everybody. And we back with another one tonight. But before we get into it, man, I want to say shout out to y'all. I need y'all to do one thing, a couple of things. I need you to smash that like button if you haven't yet. Also, share the show. Share the show. If you would like to donate to the platform, CashApp $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. CashApp $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Also, stay tuned. I got a new channel coming up that I will be premiering 2020. So y'all stay tuned for that. I got a new channel coming up. It's gonna be totally different from what I do over here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's gonna be more uh, personal. It's gonna be more about me and me just doing different things. So y'all stay tuned for that. But tonight I want to talk about something that I went back and I listened to my previous stream, and I, I listen a lot to my streams. I go back and I listen to them because I noticed that I hit on key points, and sometimes what I would do is I would take certain key things that I point out in the stream, and I would do a separate stream about it because I would like to elaborate more on it. And one of the main points that I pointed out in that stream was the fact that a lot of us as people, we only get together, you know, when two things um are involved, and that's death and dysfunction. Death and dysfunction. That is when we pretty much interact and, you know, show some form of unity in some form of fashion, in one form or another. It's always when those two things are involved. And I say this because this is what I grew up seeing, and this is what we continue to see today, for the most part, at large. We have small pockets of, of structure, of, people being constructive and things like that. But overall, it's the same old thing, man. It's the same old thing. And I wanted to elaborate on that. Like I said, we come together in death and dysfunction. A lot of times, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times we don't really communicate with a lot of our family members. And when I say communicate, I mean outside of social media. Because a lot of times, nowadays we have our family members on Instagram and, Facebook. So you get a glimpse on what's going on with them. Like, you see pictures of their children, or if they have new children, or if they get married, or so you could like, like pictures and comment and, have little conversations and shit like that. But for the most part, outside of that, you really don't, a lot of us really don't stay in contact with our family members too much outside of our immediate circle. So a lot of times we see each other and catch up and do a lot of talking and vibing and shit at funerals. I mean, it's sad to say, but that's what usually happens. We do a lot of catching up and things like that at funerals, man. It's usually at a funeral, you know. Everybody's coming in from all over because somebody passed away. So that's a lot. That's for the most part when you're gonna see a lot of your out of town family. You probably didn't see them in a good 5 to 10 years. You know, so you gonna see them. They're gonna come in town. So we come together in death. You know, that's when we see each other. That's when we want to start reminiscing and trying to catch up and trying to see how each other is doing. But sometimes, man, at funerals you haven't saw cousins you haven't saw in 10, maybe 15 years, man. And a lot of times we don't even sit back and think about it because we just live in life. So for the most part, we don't we don't even sit back and see like, damn, 15 years done went by since the last time I saw you. Like, people really don't think about that, man. It's some of my cousins I haven't saw in years, man. In years. But let somebody pass away. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna see them. And what I noticed with us, man, a lot of us don't really make an effort, you know? We don't really make an effort to reach out to one another or to really stay in touch with each other. And this is why we always come together in death. That's when we start wanting to realize that we should keep up with each other. We shouldn't let 10, 15 years go by. Let somebody pass away or something like that for us to see each other. We realize that and we start talking like that when somebody dies. And that's a problem because it shouldn't take that. It shouldn't take for somebody to die. It really shouldn't. It shouldn't take for somebody to die for us to unify, for us to want to get our shit together far as being a family and cherishing each other's presence. To quote my man Jadakiss, he say funerals bring things back to perspective. When somebody died, you begin to look at life. You begin to start evaluating shit. That's when you like, damn, man. You lose one of your cousins, then you start wanting to be close to your cousins. Then you start hitting your cousins up. And you want to see how they doing and shit like that. But Man, it could sit back. You could sit back and just be with your family. And it'll be years, man. Next thing you know, you see your cousin and his son is a grown-ass man. You looking like, God damn, your son 18, 19? It can happen that quick, man. And this is a problem that we have. And it's because of the lack of self-worth. The fact that we don't think that much of each other. We don't think that much of ourselves enough. And a lot of times, man, what happens is everything be all cool at the funerals, and you know, after that y'all go back and y'all eat and y'all chill and y'all talk, and then it's like once everybody go their way, shit just go back to being the same, man. Shit just go back to being the same. And it's like you just gotta do the same shit over and over. The more and more people die. And it just happens throughout generation after generation. Cause I'm starting to see this shit. And I'm only in my early 30s, man. And I'm starting to see this shit. I'm starting to see like the same generation, the next generation, the same patterns is happening already. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. I remember Biggie said this. He said we can't change the world till we change ourselves. So a lot of times, you know, we be so busy trying to save everybody else, trying to worrying about us and we and, this together shit, man. But it starts with self first, man. It starts with the individual. A group is a collection of individuals. It starts with the individual. You know? Another time, you see our people come together and unify and actually just partaking in something is complete and utter dysfunction. Dysfunction. Perfect example, reality TV. Whenever we watch reality TV, you see our people at an all-time high partaking in dysfunction. But on the flip side to that shit, reality television has pretty much saved cable TV, if y'all didn't know that. Because people stopped really watching TV. People stopped watching TV. So what saved TV was reality television. For years, TV was on a decline for years. Why do y'all think? Remember, TV used to actually have ratings. Now, they still show the little rating shit just to save face, but TV don't have no ratings. Because now they show a bunch of shit on TV that they would have never showed back when I was a child. A lot of the shit that's even put in cartoons, showed on cartoon channels, shit showed on regular channels. It was not allowed back then like that. You know, after a certain time, only adult shit was on TV. Where now you see soft porn shit on regular TV, man. That shit is normal. So what really saved TV, man, because with the surge of YouTube, man, and streaming and all of that, people really stopped watching TV. So what saved TV was reality TV. That's what saved it. Starting with, Flavor of Love and, all of those shows from back then. That saved VH1 too. That saved VH1. That reality television shit. And it's saving a lot of other cable TV networks too. It saved Oxygen. That's why if you watch the Oxygen channel, all that's on there now is reality TV. Reality TV shows. So on the flip side of the negative shit, it paid off for a lot of people too. And it continues to. It's made a lot of people careers. But this is high level dysfunction. Like, you cannot be on reality television if you're not ready to pretty much embarrass yourself. Pretty much. If you're not a person that they're adding to someone's story, like where you play like a little supporting role, like for instance, like y'all see how Papoose was on Love and Hip Hop with Remy. Like Pap he didn't have to do no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the story was pretty much about Remy. Them being on Love and Hip Hop was pretty much to help Remy's image and to put her story out there and all of that type of shit. It was really all about Remy. It had nothing to do with Pap. So Pap didn't have to do no extra shit. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, and why I brought up the fact that it's making people careers and shit, is because our people are the ones that this shit is blown up the way it is. Our peoples are the ones that's watching this shit, that's supporting this shit. You know, our people are the ones that's going and buying these people merch when they dropping merch and going and buying their music and doing all that shit. Because we love the dysfunction. We love to watch that shit from season to season. We love to watch the shit. We love to feel like we were part of that shit. That is the allure of reality TV. And this is why people partake in this shit. Because it's, like I always say, it's normalized. It has been normalized. So it's not nothing, it's not, when people watch it, it's like, oh shit. But this shit is highly dysfunctional. And they don't understand that that's how they're being portrayed across the world. Other people who watch that shit from other places, that's how they look at us. But people come together and watch the shit and made it into what it is today, to where everybody wants to be on reality TV. Everyone. That reality TV is like, my bad, y'all. Reality TV is, that shit is almost like embedded into hip hop culture now. That's like almost like a gate you gotta walk through, almost, in a lot of ways now in the music business. That's a way that you could get into the music business. But we come together and celebrate this kind of shit. This is what we do. We come together and we pretty much make this shit a part of our life. We come together in death and dysfunction. We come together, man. Look how people come together in droves when there's a beef video going on. Look how people come together. Look how everybody runs and views it. Because we got to partake in the dysfunction. We don't understand how deep that shit is embedded in us, man. But it is. And we have to accept that shit, man, in order for us to really do something about it. The majority of us we're really invested into the dysfunction. Even right here on YouTube, we're fully invested. Fully. Totally invested with the effery. And the shit is real because the shit'll suck you in, man. No matter how much you don't want to partake in it. You could get pulled in, and next thing you know, shit, you right in the middle with shit. The dysfunction is that strong, is that powerful, man. This is why we really have to recognize this shit on all levels. Whenever we come in contact with our people on all levels, we got to understand that there's going to be, you're going to see some dysfunction. You're going to see it. Because it's very hard for us to operate whenever those two things are not present. Either one, when death is around or dysfunction. Dudes are come together to commit a crime, to do some shit, to hit a lick and get some paper. But dudes can't keep a YouTube channel together and split the profits. They'll fall out over that before they'll fall out over some work, over some street shit. Because for the most part, we fully invested into the dysfunction. We will push harder to make the street shit work than to make this legit shit work. We'll keep investing into the street shit. We will make sure we won't mess that money up. When it comes to the street shit. But with the legit shit, we'll abandon it. We'll just say F it. However it goes, it goes. And this is what we do. This is how we carry it. Full steam ahead with the dysfunction. Dudes will come together and make sure shit is right. But talk some legit shit. Have a legit plan, and y'all gotta get out there and y'all gotta work this shit and grind. Man, dudes will fall off out that shit so quick. It'll be some type of issue. And it's because it's something that's constructive. It's not no dysfunctional, broke down, beat up, fugazi ass shit. It's something that, if it's treated right and built correctly, could be lucrative for everybody. But we fully invested in dysfunction. This is why a lot of shit doesn't work. And this is why unity doesn't exist amongst our people. And when it exists, it's only when two things are present: death or dysfunction. Tell me if I'm wrong. Dudes can't even sell t-shirts together, man. Can't get money together without an argument. Without somebody accusing somebody of some shit. But let it be some illegal shit. Dudes will try their best to keep that shit straight and to keep that shit right. Because it gotta be some dysfunctional shit going on. Our bond is much tighter in dysfunction. Our loyalty is much stronger when we dealing with dysfunction, or we dealing with some shit that could cost us our life or cost us our freedom. We feel like it's more to lose. If we was to lose this, it'll hurt us more. If we dealing with some dysfunctional shit. But see, the problem is we thinking like that is not the problem. We don't understand just how dysfunctional we are. Because it's become second nature to us. It's become second nature. And it's sad, man. It's sad that for the most part, we don't even recognize this. We don't see this, man. We don't see it. We don't see that we get full cooperation when it comes to dysfunction. Full cooperation. from my own brothers too. They'll be down and they'll be with the shits if it was about that. But let you tell them, nah, I got another plan. We gonna do blah 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 blah. That's when they start questioning everything. But if it's some dysfunctional shit, it's all good. We all in. And this is why we continue to lose, man. This is why we're seen the way we're looked at in society, man. It's because we don't pay attention to things like this. When you have immigrants that come here and that'll stay in a 2-bedroom apartment and work and save their money and work and save their money. Just to excel and put themselves on the next level. But we watch them do this and then we complain about them having opportunity. But you won't come together with anybody to do nothing constructive. It's always a complaint when it's something constructive. It's always an issue. You see? And this is why we're in the state that we're in. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. Most people won't have a business and clean their own business. They'll go and pay somebody else. They won't sweep their own floors. Because they think that, they're too good to sweep their own floors. We don't see the dysfunction. We just don't see it. We're not looking at it the way we should. We're not examining it in a certain way, man. It even comes down to the way we operate on a daily basis with just the little things that we do. And we have to step back and analyze these things and see that this shit is a real problem. It's not something that, you just ignore and act like isn't there. The reason why we're always playing catch up is because we do everything for us to be behind. We do shit backwards. That's why we're always playing catch up. And we cannot continue to do the same things, man, but complain about why things are the same. So I just wanted to come to y'all and talk to y'all about this tonight, man. Just to point out certain instances. So if you still question certain things that I speak about, Just look at the examples. It's there. It's there. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's listening. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Hit that like button for me, family. Share the show. If you would like to donate, Cash App, $SheepStaySleepTV. Go ahead and hit the Cash App up, $SheepStaySleepTV. I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight, man. I'm going to catch y'all probably again tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. Much love. Thanks for tuning in. This is DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, y'all, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.